Hey, this is Bobby Cross with Network Sales, and today we're going to go over the new I-Onix line of interfaces from Lexicon. We have three models. There's the U22, which is the 2-in, 2-out version. We have the U42S, which is the piece here, which has 4 inputs, 2 outputs. And then you have the U82S, which is the same but with 8 inputs. Like I said, we've got the U42 here to show. This piece you have 4 mic line inputs with level controls. You can also stereo link 1 and 2 or 3 and 4 together. You also have fan and power in groups of 2 for the piece. You have 2 instrument jacks, which are actually on the right side. And then you have your 2 headphone jacks on the left side with independent level controls for each headphone jack. You also have your stereo output with a nice big knob there so you can set your levels. The piece also has input and output meters, which is a unique function. It's multi-segment LEDs, so you can really dial in your sounds where you need them. On the back of the piece, you have your 4 mic line combi jacks along with your fan and power buttons. You have your left and right main outputs, which go to your knob on the front. We also have SPDIF in and out on the 42 and the 82S. The U22 does not have the SPDIF, but we do have the in and out there. Each piece also has your MIDI in and out, and then of course your USB and your power adapter. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you how to set up and plug in your interface here. First off, you have your power jack, so just put that right in. Also, I've already got the USB hooked up into the computer, so get that in. There is a driver software, so when you first get it, you'll need to put that in and just load up that. Now making our connections, we've got a microphone here on an XLR jack, which we'll just plug in to mic channel 1, and it is a condenser, so just flip the power on there. For outputs, because of the analog and digital, I have both set up, so just plug your 1/4 inch jacks in there to go out to your monitors, and again, those will be controlled by the output level on the front of the device. And then the SPDIF, plug into the output there. If you have some outboard preamps or something that has a digital converter on that, you can go directly into the SPDIF input and be able to use those as well. Also to note, on the SPDIF output, you are not using the output level control, so make sure you have that covered either on the monitors themselves or with an external controller. So now that we have our I-Onix interface hooked up, all set up, got the USB into the computer, we're going to load the drivers. You get a CD that has your drivers on there, Cubase LE, Tune Track, and Pantheon Reverb. So I've put the disc in, and you'll get prompted. Just run the auto install, and it'll pretty much walk you through from there. Pulls up a nice menu where you can pull, like I said, your drivers, plus all the software that you need. So the first thing you're going to go to is the U42S drivers. Just click on that, and it doesn't matter whether you're on XP, Vista, on a Mac. It'll automatically recognize what computer you're on and load the proper drivers. So pretty much just put it in, install the drive, and from there it'll just walk you through the steps. Alright, so now that we have our I-Onix hooked up and the drivers are all loaded, the last thing we need to do is load Cubase and then route all your options in Cubase so that way it recognizes the I-Onix interface. So to load Cubase, you just again go to your I-Onix main screen on the CD, click on Cubase LE, and it'll walk you through an installer. It'll end up loading 3 things. It'll load Cubase LE, it'll load the Halion player, and then lastly it'll load something called Synchrosoft, which is the licensing software. Since I've already loaded this, I'm not going to go through step by step, but pretty much you just follow the steps. Here you just click to do your full load, and it'll walk you through everything. Also to do it, you're going to need Steinberg.net open. You're going to need to go to the My Steinberg section and create an account. That way, once you're through it and they give you the Synchrosoft, you can put in your password. So like I said, also load Synchrosoft, which will pop up in your programs menu. Gives you the serial number. You'll need to put the serial number into your account on Steinberg, it'll give you the authorization code so you can load up Cubase. Once we have Cubase loaded up, you just open it up, go to File, New Project. They have a few different options here, or you can just do an empty. I'm just going to choose 4 stereo, 8 mono. And now you would choose which directory you want all your audio files to be saved to. And I've just created a generic audio file for everything to go in. Now when you have it open, the last thing you need to do is set up Cubase to recognize the I-Onix. So you'd go to Devices, VST Connections, and here's where you route your inputs and outputs. And so for every channel you've created, you go to your device port, and you can choose which input you want from the I-Onix. So if we go to, say, the mono 1 input, go to mic line 1. And then for outputs, we're going to use the analog outputs, so it would be main left and main right. So now if we go to mono 1, which we have up and running, I have an AKG C5 hooked up. We've got level coming in there. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. See the multi-segment LED going there. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Now all I gotta do is hit record. This is the AKG C5 through channel 1 on the Lexicon I-Onix interface. So now I've got a recording. Turn up a little level here. So as you can see, when it plays back, you actually get your output meters, and then the all stars are turned down there, but simple as that.